Last season was an emotional rollercoaster for the Reds, and Liverpool arguably have an even bigger task ahead of them. With one of the world's best strikers, Luis Suarez, now at Barcelona, and 8 new players arriving at Anfield, will Brendan Rodgers have the necessary firepower?
So what do we think Brendan Rodgers has brought that's new to Liverpool, and what does he need to do, what does he need to deliver this season to improve their chances?
He needs to deliver Champions League football again. I think that's the difference. I think that's what Liverpool need, is 2 seasons in the Champions League to show that they're a team who are not just going to go there once and then drop out. Because it almost proved that the project was not working from Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
The next season of progress is solidity for him, which he's arguably never had at a club. So we'll see what Brendan Rodgers can bring. The worry for some Liverpool fans is this is going a bit Swansea, that they had a prolific season under Rodgers, and then after that they looked less impressive in attack, though they were still fairly scything around the rest of the pitch, and they didn't quite have that finished product. And I think that's what Liverpool were worried about when they lost Suarez, was where's the finishing product, and where's the end goal? And I think mentally that does play upon the players a little bit.
Well, if we have a look at the Forza fan stats, perhaps surprisingly, only 9% of people thought Liverpool had a chance of winning the league.
They overachieved, though. They overachieved last season. So for that reason, people believe the project is further ahead than it needed to be. Liverpool were not supposed to be anywhere near that last season. And so for that reason...
said as much.
Exactly.
I mean, what I would argue is the problem they've got sort of coming into the first few matches of the season, they've got a kind of middling running, I think, Liverpool, to a certain extent. They can, get a few points on their belt, but the problem is Barini's out with an injury. I think Ricky Lambert's the only fit striker, really, and and he's not looked great in pre-season, Ricky Lambert. Maybe that kind of Liverpool shirt is kind of weighing a little bit heavy.
They kick off at home to Southampton, almost their B team. They've completely pillaged them, and
that's a 3-pointer.
86% of fans think so. So
there's a lot of confidence in Rodgers at Liverpool, and I think for that reason, because he he improved the likes of Sterling and Henderson, arguably Lucas even, because he's improved those players, because he's bought these mediocre players, or mediocre in perception. People believe that he can improve them and bring the best out of them. And so that's why there's such confidence in the early part of the season, I'd imagine.
And people sort of forget that if they still had Luis Suarez, he wouldn't be playing for the first few months of the season anyway because of what he did in the World Cup, so it's fine.
Well, people seem generally happy with Rodgers is doing, which is not always the case, of course, of late with the Liverpool manager. We've got 85% of people seem happy with him. The squad has got 78% approval. So
78 new players as well.
All of them Southampton players. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, that's all we've got time for this week. Remember, you can download the Forza app and get voting, and you can also tweet us your questions and opinions to FB_fanzone. Thanks, guys, for coming in, and thanks for watching. I'm Dan Levine. See you next time in the Fan Zone.